welcome to Health Q&A Monday. My name's Jill Stannard. I'm a naturopath and health and happiness coach, and I'm here to answer your questions. We have the second part to Tanya's question today. You might want to watch the fat and oils video from last week to get the other part of her question. But basically she asks, at 44 of normal weight, she has familial hypercholesterolemia. She has raised cholesterol because of reasons that are genetic. And she says that she watches her diet, she has low-fat foods, swapping to low-fat dairy products only made a small change in her overall cholesterol levels. The doctor advised her to take statins, and she has, and that has lowered her cholesterol levels. However, she goes on to write, unfortunately, all my maternal side of my family has high cholesterolemia. The statins appear to be working, but there's so much literature saying that they don't work for females. What do you think? So Tanya, I can't comment specifically on you, but I can give you a bit more information and point you to some places which might help you make your decision about this, to discuss these pointers with your GP. Now, there's quite a big difference between a lifestyle-induced high cholesterol reading and somebody who has familial high cholesterol. So a lot of the research that's been done around statins, that have been done around high cholesterol and cardiovascular disease, have been done on the lifestyle factors, and they haven't always teased out those with familial high cholesterol to see if this benefits them more. With women generally with high cholesterol, they've found that they don't live longer if they take statin cholesterol reducing drugs. When you look at all causes, though they may have a increased risk still of cardiovascular disease. But with women with high cholesterol according to genetic reasons, particularly under the age of 60, you may get some benefits. And once again, this is a risk-benefit ratio that you have to work out. There are other factors for anyone with high cholesterol that will play a role in making this decision. So for you with familial, and you're saying it's in your mother's side of the family, perhaps you actually want to do some genealogy. Who died at what age from what reasons? So if you look through that at-risk side of your family, were women dying under the age of 60, specifically from cardiovascular disease, heart attack, stroke? But generally women dying under 60 is quite suspicious. That might give you some ideas of statin-free versus statin-taking actual family history, because it's only your most recent generation of female relatives who are taking this drug. Other risks generally are being overweight, which you're not, but if we're looking at being overweight, smoking, having a diet that's heavily fat-laden but low in plant foods, and you're sedentary, those are all risk factors that you can work with. So if I'm talking generally to a client who has high cholesterol for any reasons, I will make sure that they're not sitting on their bottom all the time, that they are not only doing some moderate cardiovascular activity, unless there's specific reasons why it's contraindicated, as well as just walking, not sitting down for more than half an hour or an hour at a time without moving your body. Really, really important. As far as diet's concerned, while the attention's being taken away from animal foods, which are high in cholesterol, as being a major cause of raising your blood cholesterol levels, it's about the balance in your diet, from what I can see. If you're having a lot of those animal-based foods and maybe a lot of refined carbohydrates, you're probably not eating a lot of fibrous plant foods. And a lot of these foods I call moppers. They seem to mop up excess cholesterol. So moppers, by moppers I mean lentils, beans, whole grains, and lots of chewy vegetables as well. So that needs to be a regular part of your diet. Maybe starting the day with a low sugar, as in raw muesli, or porridge without ladling the sugar on it. It might mean having a quinoa salad for lunch. It may mean having a barley-based stew for dinner. Looking at increasing plant whole foods, really important. Obviously, if you smoke, you need to consider a smoking cessation program. The most successful I've come across in clinical practice has actually been hypnotherapy. You need to make sure your blood sugar levels are stable, and there's lots of resources on my website around blood sugar as well. As for risks of statins, one of the increasing areas of awareness have been around decreased cognition, so cognitive impairment. We're looking at dementias here. Now, statin taking population is a relatively new one. Once again, this is a guinea pig generation. There seems to be an increased risk in actually developing dementia. But some of this could also be age-related for the population who are taking these drugs. There are certain ethnic demographics who are at much greater risks of these cardiovascular diseases plus high cholesterol, and that is Torres Strait Islanders, Indigenous Aboriginals, Maoris, Pacific Islanders, and a few other groups. If you have got raised blood pressure, particularly 160 over 100 or above, then through the exercise and the diet, if that's not lowering that, you may need to be medicated for that, because that's an equally high risk of cardiovascular disease and strokes and heart attacks. Naturopathically, for those who are on cholesterol lowering drugs or choosing not to, there are some nutrients we look at, and one is coenzyme Q10. There are other things that your naturopath may be able to suggest. So Tanya, I can't answer you specifically, but there are a range of lifestyle issues you can consider. I will be posting a link to a cardiovascular and cholesterol risk calculator that might help you make a decision around this. And there's further things that might arise from that you may wish to discuss with your GP. It's a tough one. If you have a question you'd like to ask me for Health Q&A Monday, you can email me, coaching@jillstannard.com.au. You can visit the website, jillstannard.com.au, take a look at the articles, videos, recipes and other resources, and contact me through the site. Or finally, you can tweet me @HerbalJill. Hope you have a great week. Be back next week.